Hello, my name is Sandra, and I'm going to be sharing 5 different parachute activities. You can use small ones or the really big ones in a classroom, and they're going to help you teach music concepts. I'm going to share activities on steady beat, loud and soft, fast and slow, high and low, and of course a calm down activity you can do at the end of class. So I hope you'll keep watching to learn about all those ways you can use a parachute in your classroom or in your home or in your music classes. Let's get started. I'm going to start off with a real simple steady beat activity. This is just either a way to warm up everybody else all through any grade, or it can be part of your kindergarten preschool music lesson. So you can use a soft bean bag, whatever you have, something soft, little beanie babies, soft balls that you can put in the middle of the parachute. And then we're going to have everybody hold really tight, and we're going to be sitting down, and then we're going to use some music, and we're going to have everyone try to work together to keep the things on the parachute bouncing up and down and playing the steady beat. One idea would be to choose 4 different selections that are of varying tempos. And then you're going to play only 20 to 30 seconds of it. The reason you want to do that is because attention spans are short, and we want to keep everybody paying attention. And so we're going to keep the selection short and then stop the music. And then start the next song and go for 20 to 30 seconds and then start the next song. So you can make a playlist for steady beat activities and have that lined up ready to go. And that way the students are going to have to be listening to the varying tempos, and they're going to have to be quiet because they have to hear in order to play the beat. If you play a whole song that's like 3 minutes long, then you're going to get a lot of chatter and noise. It'll keep getting louder and louder as they're trying to keep those things bouncing. They get excited. It becomes just a fun thing to do instead of a listening and showing steady beat activity. So that's something to consider if you're going to use a parachute for the steady beat. Here's 4 musical selections that you might want to consider using for this activity. The next activity is one of my favorite ones. It's just using a story song, and we're going to use the parachute to help tell the story, and we're going to learn some music concepts along the way, but most of all, we're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to make it really memorable. And this activity is really great for our younger children, preschool and kindergarten ages. And I'm going to use the song Grizzly Bear. I just really like this story, and I found great success using this in my classroom, and you can use it in a lot of different ways. We're going to have everyone holding onto the parachute, and we're going to lift it up, and we're going to choose a bear, and the bear is going to go in the cave, which is under the parachute, and we're going to make sure we keep it up. And I think if they just keep it up even waist high, that's fine. And the bear can crouch down and sleep, pretend to sleep in the cave. And then when he gets to the word mad, the bear is going to come out, but we're also going to pop up our parachute really high on the word mad. The song goes, grizzly bear, a grizzly bear is sleeping in a cave. So we're going to be very gentle during that part. Please be very quiet, really soft little bounces, very, very quiet. And then we're going to slowly increase the size of our bounces. If you wake him, if you shake him, he gets very, and then pop it up in there, mad. And the bear can come out growling, and you can have them run around the whole circle or just run around inside the cave. It just depends on where you are. But have the bear do some fun things, run around and be a silly bear. And then you can have the bear, 2 choices. You can have the bear just tap someone to take their place and go inside the cave. If you want to use this game in 2nd and 3rd grade, you can add a little chasing part to the game. So on the word mad, we're going to keep going. Mad. And you can even be dramatic and hold it out for as long as everybody can. Take a deep breath and go, mad. And keep going until everybody can do it. In the meantime, the bear taps somebody and they chase him. And if that person can tap the bear, they get to be the next bear. And the bear will just take their spot in the parachute. And because classes time is so short and there's so many kids, I don't usually let anyone be the bear twice. So if they don't tap them, then you can choose how you want to do with that. You could say no matter what, they get to be the bear, or you can say teacher choice if they don't tap them. You know, there's just lots of ways. It depends on your classroom what you want to do. But have a chasing game, make it fun with the word mad, and keep it going. Even your third graders will enjoy playing this activity with the parachute. After you play the game, then you can sit everybody down and you can talk about, or the next class time is say, what happened to the sound, the volume? What happened when we made the parachute go up high? Or what happened when we played little bounces? And you can talk about quiet and loud, and then you can use other animals, like what kind of animals are quiet? And you could talk about how rabbits are quiet, or a squirrel is quiet, and a bear is very loud. And then you can sing the song and sing it with the dynamics, and then you could go back and play the parachute game again. So it would make a nice 2-3 class times of using that song as an activity to teach loud and soft, or loud and quiet, to your younger students. So now we're going to use our parachute and we're going to learn about dynamics fast and slow, or presto and largo. One selection of music that I like is Brahms' Hungarian Dance, and that is because in this musical selection there are sections that are fast and slow. So what I like to do is I like to play a piece of the music first and have the students tell me what they think it is. Is it presto? Is it largo? Is it rabbit? Is it turtle? You know, depending on the age you're teaching. So I'll play just a short selection, 10 seconds, and ask them to, raise hands and tell me what they think. Then we can go through, well, how do I show fast and slow? So then we'll talk about, how am I gonna hold it? Do I let go because somebody's making it too fast, my fingers hurt? Talk about all those things before you get into the activity. So we're gonna go fast and slow. And maybe with slow, we're gonna wanna pop it up higher. And you can talk about some different ways you want them to move the parachute and work together so they can show how the music sounds with the parachute. And the parachute is telling a story, and it's telling the story of fast and slow, kind of like the tortoise and the hare story. And you can use that story too for this. It's a really good story to use. So then when you play the music and do the activity, you just don't have random movement. We've gone through it a little bit, we've talked about it, and then we've helped the students learn how you want them to respond and given them some parameters.
One of my favorites is Morning Mood by Edvard Grieg.
And that's a really nice, slow one you could use. And you could pair that with the Hungarian dance and do it afterwards. And then you really could have a good discussion about the difference in the way the sounds were and how the tempos were different, and ask the younger children what kind of animals did they see in this song or this music that they're listening to. And it's just really fun to have the visual of the parachute. It really helps a lot of children open up and talk about what they're hearing because they've been able to see something that represents what they're hearing. And so I encourage you to try out a parachute with some of these dynamics type activities. They're really effective. So this activity, we're going to use animals, and you probably can guess the musical selections by looking at the animals I've chosen. And we're going to be playing, pretending to be animals, and we're going to be sharing what kind of sounds those animals make, and we're going to figure out if they make soft sounds or loud sounds. And we're going to use the parachute to do it. So you don't need to have a physical object to play the game. You can just call out the words. But what we're going to do is try and connect the elephant being big and loud to the word forte. And we're going to connect the fish or the mouse or whatever animal you have to the word piano. And so when you play the game, we might use the word loud with the kindergartners, and then with first and second, we want to work on the forte, and we can use the words that they need as we play the game. So what does the elephant sound like? Is he forte or is he piano? Can you show me with the parachute? And then you can have the elephant, some of the children being elephants, you can have them showing you the elephant sound. And then if you're using Camille Saint-Saëns music, you could then play the music and have the children respond to it. And then talk about loud and soft using this fun parachute game. After we do all that waving and bouncing and fast and slow and high and low, all those things, we want to have a calm down activity, even if it's just 30 seconds. And so one musical selection I like to use is Edvard Grieg's Morning Mood. And I would have everybody sitting down, and at the very end, we're gonna let go of our parachutes and we're gonna lie back, and we're gonna get really quiet. And if you're not in the parachute itself, you could turn the lights off for this, and that will help get everybody calmer. Or have something you've projected on the ceiling or on the screen that's nice and calm and quiet. And then see if everybody can feel that quiet silence. And then it'll be time to clean up. I hope these 5 parachute activities will help you in your music classroom or at home as you're helping young children learn music concepts through movement activities and songs and games. And I appreciate you being here. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and click the bell for notifications. Let's keep kids moving and learning with music.